Don't like pregnant women, don't like kids. One of my friends just asked me if I would be the sperm donor for her baby. I said, I don't know. That's a pretty big decision. How old's your baby? If you're walking in late, I hate kids. I hate them so much, it's my whole thing. And what surprises me is now that I'm getting older, I've got friends, family members having kids of their own, and I don't judge. Throw your life away. What surprises me is these people will text me pictures of their kids. Anthony, I want to see this. Send. I never want to see that. The only time a kid shows up on my phone and I'm happy about it, Amber Alert. Otherwise, do not get my hopes up. I used to ignore those texts from my friends. Pretend I didn't see them, never respond. Then my sister had a kid. Started getting mad at me. She's like, really, Anthony? No response? You got nothing to say about this picture of your beautiful niece fucking up finger painting. So I came up with a plan. Now anytime anyone texts me a picture of their kids, I write back the exact same response. Thanks. Gonna save this one for later. No, that works. You guys can use that, it works. I haven't heard from my sister in a year, it's the best. Like a lot of people, I spent most of the pandemic stuck inside, staring at the walls, going crazy. Started buying weird shit online. Decided I was going to redecorate my place. I don't know anything about interior design, but I know what I like. So I went on eBay, and I paid $500 for a child's coffin. I thought this will be great, it's vintage. You put that in your living room, it's a conversation starter. But like so many of the things we bought online during the pandemic, I regret it now. Thing finally showed up in the mail, empty. Look, guys. I hate kids so goddamn much. I can't talk to kids these days. The other day, my little nephew came up to me. He said, Uncle Anthony, I've been getting bullied by another kid in school. I said, don't put up with that. Break his nose. He'll leave you alone. He said, Uncle Anthony, that's toxic masculinity. Well, I wasn't going to put up with that. And listen, you guys came out here to have a good time on a Saturday night. I know what you want. You want to talk politics, let's go. Let me tell you what's wrong with this country. Let me tell you what the problem is with the United States of America. In this country, you've got to be 16 years old to drive a car, right? That makes sense. But you've got to be 18 years old to be considered an adult, to vote. I think that's fucked up. I think if you're old enough am mature enough to safely drive a car on the street, then I should be allowed to have sex with you. Anyway, that's the only problem with this country. Now, as of this weekend, I have been on tour with this material for 18 months. And my favorite thing about touring around the country with these jokes the past 18 months has been telling that last joke in the South. Guys, I have learned so much about this great country of ours. Right at the beginning of this tour, 18 months ago, I was doing a show in Alabama. Told them that joke. Guy in the audience stands up and says, "Anthony, I hate to break it to you, but the age of consent in Alabama is 16, so you got to change that." I said, "Oh yeah? You got to change that." And then a couple of weeks later, I did a show in Mississippi. Told them that joke, then told them about Alabama. Guy in the audience stands up and says, "In Mississippi, the age of consent is 14. And I said, "Holy shit. That's perfect." That is what the founding fathers were all about. I have a friend who works for the FBI. He pretends to be a 12-year-old girl, goes on the internet, and chats with child molesters all day. I don't know what he does for the FBI, but it's going to be... I feel like the big new thing I keep hearing more and more about these days is porn addiction. I feel like every time I turn around, someone is complaining about their porn addiction. Not me. I can handle my shit. But a couple of months ago, I'm at a family reunion. Big Jeselnik family reunion. Everyone is there. And the very first night, we're all in this giant ballroom eating dinner together as a family, when my cousin stands up. He's 15 years old. And he says, "I have an announcement to make. I just want to tell you all that I've been suffering from a porn addiction. And it's terrible. But I'm doing my best to get over it." No one in my family knows what to say. Generations of Jeselniks are just staring straight ahead, trying to eat their dinner. So I stood up. And I said, "Hey, man, we can watch something else." Look, I can put the game on if you want. But when's the next time we're all going to be together? I don't have a porn addiction. I watch a healthy amount of porn. I've got my favorites. Hell, I was in a bar the other night, saw my favorite porn star of all time sitting at the end of the bar by herself. I couldn't believe it. I called the bartender, I go, "Hey man, I'll have another beer. And see that girl down there? She shouldn't be here. She's 13. Now, this is where audiences traditionally start to complain. They'll say, Anthony, why do you have so many jokes about abusing children? And why do you do them all in the beginning? And this is where I kind of have to stop the show for a minute. And I explain to the audience the concept of gallows humor. Gallows humor is what I'm all about. Gallows humor is when you see something in the world that is so horrible that you have to laugh at it. Otherwise, it would destroy you. A couple of months ago, I'm reading the newspaper, and I come across an article about a priest in my hometown who just got arrested for molesting an altar boy at the exact same church where I was an altar boy growing up. That was horrifying to read. That could have been me if I'd become a priest.